Namaste, everyone, and welcome back to a super special class. Today, I have the honor of having with me Jade, who is raising funds for a big event called Yoga Stops Yulin. So it's to stop the torture and everything that happens in the Yulin Meat Festival. And today she's going to join me on the mat. We're going to do a yoga class together, and we're raising funds for the cause. And I'm dedicating some of my time, and she drove all the way down from Montreal to meet me and to do this class together. So, so I'm just going to let her talk a little bit about the cause, and then we'll hop right onto our mat and dive into a Yin Yoga session together.
Thank you so much, Matt. I'm so happy to be here with, Kashi and Luna, your two dogs. And we're doing this fundraiser, Yoga Stops Yulin. It's something I created in 2022. And essentially, the idea is to raise awareness on this cause that is the dog cat meat trade, and more specifically, Yulin Dog Meat Festival that happens every year in China, in a city called Yulin. It's in the south of China, in Guangxi. And this festival started in 2010. So it's not like an ancient traditional festival at all. It was started to boost waning dog meat sales in the region and to bring about tourism. And they were very successful. A lot of people actually flew from all parts of the world, Europe, because they heard, oh, I can eat dog meat, which is something I could never do in my home country. And so it was successful, but of course it brought about a lot of outrage, global outrage. We saw pictures and videos. If you Google Yulin Dog Meat Festival, you'll be greeted with a lot of horrible images of dogs being boiled alive, tortured, dismembered, bludgeoned to death, and, around crowds of laughing people. And so it really shocked me when I heard about this, and I decided to try to do something to help. And I, being a yogi, I've been practicing yoga for about 18 years. I practice with Matt on his YouTube channel. I love Yin, so it really is a perfect channel for me. And we wanted to raise awareness within the international yoga community, and so that people that would otherwise never hear about this issue would become aware of it, and hopefully want to support the Chinese rescuers that we're featuring on our website called yogastopsyulin.com. That's the website. You can go look at it. And this year we decided to make the beneficiaries of this campaign that we're raising funds for dogs. Basically there are dogs that were rescued in the 2017-2018 Yulin Dog Meat Festival. They're still in China. They're looking for homes. They're looking for people to want to adopt them. They're all ready to integrate a home. I also am supporting Fita, who's a Chinese rescuer located in Wuhan, where many think the pandemic came from. And she's been rescuing dogs since 2018. She has a lot of dogs, and she would need some help. So if you can find it in your heart, go on the website, look it up, look at what the issue is. There's a whole page on dog cat meat trade. It details, without going into gory details and to any graphic details, it tells you a little bit what's going on in that part of the world and how you can help. And how you can help is quite simply, you can donate. Whatever amounts you can part with are very welcome. The fundraiser page, Matt will link it up and the video description, and so we would be so grateful to have your help. And if you're looking to adopt one of these dogs, by all means, send us a message. You have a link next to each dog on the website. If you're interested in adopting, fostering, sponsoring one of those dogs, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to give you more information. So I guess with that out of the way, we'll get on to our yoga practice.
All right, everyone. So for today's class, all you're going to be needing is a strap if you have one. If not, you can use a towel or longer towel that you can use as a replacement to the strap, and 2 blocks. And most of you by now probably have these props if you've been practicing with me for a while. So as usual, what I like to do is to just sit down comfortably, lengthening the spine, closing the eyes. You can place your hands on your knees. You can drop your shoulder blades back and down, releasing the neck, and just connecting with your breath. It's always a good way to transition from your busy life into a yin practice by slowing the pace of everything around you and inside of your mind. So thank you for joining us today. And today's class is for all of you animal lovers like us who either have pets or love pets. Thank you for supporting this cause. So as you keep breathing in and out through the nose, try to notice if you can send that breath down any tension that you're currently feeling in your bodies, using the exhale to soften up that area and the inhale to bring fresh oxygen and energy to that tight space in your body. So you should already feel a little lighter, a little better, and you can open your eyes slowly from here. So we're going to be going into butterfly position. So bring the sole of our feet together in front of us. You can keep about a 1 foot distance between your heels and your groin. And then from here you can place your hands on the floor, lengthening the spine. Big inhale. Exhale, walking the fingertips forward. You can come down to your forearms, or all the way down like Jade, who's super flexible. Good for you. I'm still working on getting there, so. So let's just find some stillness. Wherever you are positioned into this movement, doesn't matter, just go to your edge, and when you feel enough pulling and stretching in your inner groin area, just settle into stillness, reconnecting with your breath. We can slowly release the position, walking our hands back, pushing our upper body back up, and then taking our time to close our knees together. And we can transition into facing the front of our yoga mat. So we're going to be bending the left knee here and placing a block and a strap in front of us. So we're just going to place that here. And then going a little bit onto the left side here, we're going to extend the right leg in front of us, placing the block underneath our right glute for support. And once you are fully stable into the position, I'm going to invite you to grab the strap, place it around your right ankle, and then from the loops that are on both sides, we're going to grab onto the strap, closing our eyes, taking one big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to pull ourselves forward, bending at the waist until we feel a nice deep stretch in the right hamstring. If you want, you can place your fist on the floor. We're just using the strap to help us lean forward a little bit more into the position. And from here again, we can reconnect with our breath. So as we do today's class, I'm going to invite you to try to let go of bodily tension, but also letting go of any tension, worries, or anxiety that you might have in your mind currently or throughout the past week. Fully embracing the moment that we're sharing together in this safe space to let go and to relax. And we can slowly release the position, coming all the way up, taking our time, rolling onto the left side to release the block from underneath the right glute. And then we can slowly transition to the other side, switching around and then extending the left leg in front of us, grabbing the block, placing it underneath the left glute, and once again using the strap to pull yourself very slowly into the movement. The strap is not necessarily a necessity if you can grab behind your feet here, or your foot, sorry, but it might help some of you who are not as flexible. I like to use it as I get into the movement. It really helps me to pull myself forward. So from here we can close our eyes again. Big inhale, and on the exhale I'm going to invite you to bend at the waist, leaning forward, pulling onto the strap, and then finding your edge. Really taking your time not to go too quickly forward. You really want to let your body open up on its own, and as you feel the tension behind your hamstring dissipating, you can just go a little deeper within the movement here. So remember that yin is very slow and subtle. We're not trying to rush anything here. So just enjoy the slow and deep release that you are experiencing as you clear up your thoughts and create space within your tissues. And on your own time, you can slowly come out of the position, releasing the left leg, and then just rolling onto the right here to move the block away. And I'm going to invite you to bring both legs back here, coming onto our knees. We can bring the blocks in front of us. We're going to go onto all fours. Untucking the toes here, we're going to do cat and cow position. So as you take one big inhale, you're going to look up, curve the spine. And on the exhale, pushing through your arms and shoulder blade, we're going to round the spine and bring the belly button in. And we're going to do this 10 times. So just on your own time, keep breathing in, curving the spine, exhale, rounding the spine. Really work on fully releasing all the tension that you can find between your vertebrae here. So let's keep doing this on our own. And when you're done, you can come back to a neutral spine. So we're going to be going here in melting heart position. So keeping your knees in line with your hips. Hands on the floor. We're going to take one big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to walk our hands forward without moving our hips. We're going to curve the spine here, bringing the forehead to the floor, or you might be able to bring your chest to the floor depending on your flexibility level. We're just going to be stretching our spine, our upper back. So let's just find again stillness here, and then using our breath to relax and soften up all the tension in our spine and back area. So from here we can push through our arms very slowly, coming out of the position. And from here you might want to move your hips back and do a little circle, just playing around with what feels right. All the way back, forward. And we can come back to the center here on all fours. So we're going to be doing pigeon pose, using the strap here to do a little quad flex at the same time. So we can place the strap just in front of our right ankle here, keeping it just long and flat on the floor. We're going to get back to it in a moment. And from all fours, we're going to bring the left knee behind the left wrist, using the right hand to bring the left shin forward. And then from here, we can grab the strap on both sides. It's a little hard to set yourself up initially, but we're going to be using the loops here to pull that shin forward. So just like this. All right. So it's a little hard to set yourself up, but what we do is we pull on the right quad here as we settle ourselves into pigeon pose. So you're not necessarily obliged to do so. You can do regular pigeon pose. And you can also hold the strap only with one arm if you want, grabbing onto both loops. But this is really good. Just a little trick here to get into. And then you can bring your forehead to rest on the floor, and then placing your elbows in kind of a 45-degree angle for support as you pull the strap forward. So once you settle into it, you'll see how amazing it is. But yes, it's a little tricky to get into. And I'm going to invite you to release the strap, extending the right leg back. We're just going to be pushing ourselves up and then moving our hips forward and down, extending the right leg long and back, and then just supporting ourselves here, taking a little moment. And then we can push our hips back, releasing the left leg here. So I'm going to invite you to set up yourself slowly for the other side. So again, placing the strap in front of the left ankle. And then coming onto all fours, bringing the right knee behind the right wrist. Might want to grab the straps before, as it might be a little easier. And then once you're set up and you have your straps here, you can pull them above your head. Oh, and then, yeah, we're going to be going forward. There you go. And set yourself up. All right, that works. So again, there's no perfect way to do this. Just set yourself up on your own pace. And then you can reconnect with your breath. You can release the strap here, extending the left leg back, pushing ourselves up and then moving our hips forward and down. Just gonna take a moment here again to enjoy the release that pigeon pose is giving us. And on your next exhale, we can move that right leg back. And I'm gonna invite you to extend both legs back as we come down onto our bellies, placing our hands on the floor in front of us and going into Sphinx pose here. So you can close your eyes, taking again some deep breath, enjoying the release in your lower back, an area that is often tight and prone to injuries. If you want to push yourself up and go into a sail pose like Jade is doing, that might be a little more intense, but it might provide you the relief you're looking for today, so feel free to explore. As you can see, you have both options, regular Sphinx with me or sail pose with Jade.
Extra stretch.
Yeah, that works. And when you're ready, we can just flare out our elbows, placing our hands one on top of the other in front of us. And we're just going to bring our forehead to rest on top of our hands here. Taking a few deep breaths and enjoying this very relaxing position after Sphinx or sail pose. You can feel the nice rebound of energy flowing more properly within your body. And when you're ready, you can place your hands in line with your shoulders here on the floor, pushing yourself up and moving your hips back very slowly. You can go all the way back and stretch a little bit into child pose here. We're not going to stay here for very long, but let's just do it for a few seconds as we breathe in and out through the nose. And we can move our hips back up, bringing our knees to the center of your yoga mat. We're going to cross our ankles behind our glutes, and we're just going to roll down onto our backs here. So taking some space on our yoga mat. So we're going to be going into banana pose, stretching out the sides of our bodies. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to start walking our feet and legs towards the right until we can no longer do so. And then we're going to cross the left ankle over the right one, bringing our arms above our head, holding on to the elbows or forearms, and then moving our upper torso towards the right so that we create a curve that faces the right side like a banana. And you should feel a really nice deep stretch on the left side of your body here. So let's just hold stillness here. And when you're ready, you can uncross your heels, walking your legs very slowly back to the center, and then realigning your upper torso with your spine. Just taking a moment here to reset, staying fully straight, and taking a few deep breaths. And when you're ready, we're going to be working on the other side now. So you can start to walk your feet towards the left. And once you can no longer do so, just cross the right ankle over the left one. Bringing again your arms above your head, holding on to the elbows or forearms, and then leaning your upper torso towards the left. So you can feel that deep stretch on the right side of your body. So on your own time, you can uncross your legs and walk them back to the center of your yoga mat. Bringing your upper torso in line and then extending your legs in front of you, placing the back of your hands on the floor. We're just going to conclude today's class into Savasana. So just fully letting go and relaxing on your yoga mat as you notice how much better you feel after today's class. So when you're ready, you can slowly come up to the seated position, or you can stay lying down on your yoga mat, whatever feels good for you. If you want to take a little bit of extra time in Savasana, that is okay. So thank you so much for joining me and Jade today for this special class. Yoga Stop Yulin. Please, if you can donate to the cause, all of you animal lovers, if you have dogs or you just simply love animals, any amount will help the cause to stop animal cruelty in China. And that's a very amazing cause that Jade created, so I'm happy that I could support her through this practice, and she's as well one of my subscribers, so that's how we connected, and it was my pleasure to do that all together. And she drove all the way from Montreal to come down here and join me for you guys to enjoy. So hands at the heart, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next class. Namaste. Bye everyone.